What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth, and today I'm gonna hit y'all with a review of the new Big K.R.I.T, Wiz Khalifa, and Smoke DZA collaborative album entitled Full Court Press. But first, make sure to smash up the like button and please subscribe to the channel. Let's get to it. All right. So this is a crew of affiliated artists from around the 2010 blog era who have collaborated with each other over the years, but now in 2022 they finally came together for one full project. So from my understanding, this was recorded all in a night. The producer K.R.I.T provided all the beats, and it was essentially a fun-filled reunion with what I would imagine to be a lot of weed smoke. Now, I'm not the most familiar with K.R.I.T's production catalog, but I do know that he has worked with each member of this collective before. So, Wiz Khalifa is coming off his 2021 album with Cardo, while Smoke DZA had just dropped an impressive EP with Nim Low entitled Diplomatic Immunity, and Krit also recently released his very experimental album, Digital Roses Don't Die. But Full Court Press contains just 10 tracks, lasting barely over the 30-minute mark. The only features are Currency and Now Rogers. So with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track-by-track breakdown. The opening track, Mind Blown, features Wiz Khalifa and Smoke DZA, the two stoners of the crew. The production is atmospheric soul trap. It's a hazy beat with a nice bounce that I actually like, but what I did not necessarily like was Wiz's sing-songy auto-tune vocal. Did we really need Wiz singing on the project this early? Smoke DZA, on the other hand, has a cool verse, but it's very short. So overall, this had a dope instrumental, but it's not a track that I would return to, mainly due to Wiz's sugary auto-tune. Now, track 2, Put You On, is one of the finest moments on the album. Not only does K.R.I.T lace the trio with an attractive soul beat, but this time Wiz is rapping with his old flow, you know, the one that people actually liked him for. And Smoke DZA and Big K.R.I.T don't disappoint either. The rapping and the flows were great here, and I liked how K.R.I.T used the same soul sample from Westside Gunn's Mr. T, produced by Apollo Brown. It's hard to miss with that particular soul sample, and these guys definitely did it some justice. As a result, it's easily the best song on the album. Track 3, Season, is a Smoke DZA solo that mixes in elements of cloud rap and trap production. It's not a bad instrumental, but something about it felt a little too clean and also a little dated, strangely. I wasn't entirely sold on it for some reason, but the energy was cool enough and Smoke DZA's lyrics were dope. Things mellow out a bit with How the Story Goes. This features Wiz and Krit trading romantic storytelling bars over a slower beat with syrupy keys. I have no real issues with this, as I feel Wiz and Krit delivered on the rapping tip and the production was smooth. The following, No Singles, has more bright soul chops and 808s. I mean, these guys don't miss when it comes to rapping over up-tempo soul production. But this was a stunting anthem with Wiz giving us a charismatic hook and Big K.R.I.T rapping about his love for wood grain wheels and popping trunks. You'd love to hear it. Now, for me, track 6, Ready for Love, was by far the worst song on the project. It's a Wiz solo with enough auto-tune to make me hit the skip button very fast. Singing was never one of his stronger suits, so I'm not sure why he's doing it so often on this album. But to be fair, this has a feel-good dance beat that might have sounded better if Wiz actually rapped. Unfortunately, the singing did ruin it for me. I'm just curious, is there anyone in the comment section that likes this particular style coming from Wiz? Track 7, Revenge of the Cool, is a dope record with Krit and DZA rapping over a slower funk beat. You can tell that K.R.I.T tailor-made this one for Big K.R.I.T. I like the trill vibes to this one, and the lyricism from the two was hard-hitting, and I would take this any day over the previous song. Track 8, Ain't No Fun, is a trunk rattler featuring all 3 members. The title is inspired from Snoop Dogg's Ain't No Fun, but it's not a raunchy record. Rather, the trio is paying homage to all the bad women out there who have their ish together. So this one was cool and likely has the most radio potential, and I don't have any problems with it, but I'm not exactly in a rush to replay it either. The second to last track, Fly the Coupe, is a Big K.R.I.T solo set to uplifting soul chops. Big K.R.I.T over soulful bangers is a cheat code. He kind of went left field on us with Digital Roses, but this is more the style that I think fans love from Krit. Then the album wraps up with Every Day featuring Currency, and here we are getting some triumphant funk production that feels a bit West Coast influenced. I suppose I could have done without the auto-tune hook, but it didn't bother me all that much. As a whole, it's a dope posse cut that finds the collective playing off each other's strengths and flexing their chemistry as a unit. Overall, I give this album a rating of a strong 3.5 mics to possibly a 3.5. It's a cool project that should provide some nostalgia for fans of Krit, Wiz, and DZA. In terms of the production, I think Girl Talk mostly succeeded, as I enjoyed the drum and bass presence on these beats. There are quite a few bangers, and the samples were pretty on point throughout. Although a couple of the beats might have been a little too clean and poppy, but overall most worked. That being said, I wouldn't have minded if Girl Talk incorporated a jazzier saxophone beat into the mix, considering that each member had flourished with that sound during the blog era. At least one of those chill Currency style beats would have been welcomed as a change in pace. Another issue that I had was with a couple of the hooks. The auto-tune really was unnecessary from these guys, especially in 2022. Now, Krit and DZA did their thing rapping wise, and when Wiz rapped, he did a good job, but the singing was trash. So while there are a handful of songs that I plan to return to, I think these guys would have benefited from taking a little bit more time in the booth to try to work each other into more of these songs rather than having all of these solo tracks. They have enough chemistry as a crew to be rapping together more than they did on this project. But at the end of the day, it's still a fun and cool little project that I would recommend checking out. My favorite tracks include Put You On, How the Story Goes, No Singles, Revenge of the Cool, Fly the Coupe, and Every Day. Let me know what you thought about this album in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit the like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Wiz Khalifa, Smoke DZA, Big K.R.I.T, Full Court Press 1.